Well, hi there, everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning, shortly after 7 o'clock. Beautiful sunrise out there, lots of sun. There are a few clouds here and there. The clouds do thicken up a little bit as you go towards the west and northwest this morning. We do actually have a frontal boundary right up here in northern Nebraska this morning, but it is kind of just going to stay there most of the day today. So we're still going to see a lot of heat out there today across the area. Plenty of heat. Not too much humidity, thankfully. Winds a little breeze, but not terribly breezy out there. And again, mostly sunny skies. The focus this evening will be mainly in northern Nebraska, as a few showers and thunderstorms will be possible behind the cold front there. The front kind of stays in northern Nebraska this evening, but will then start to make progress by tomorrow morning. So by 7 o'clock tomorrow, our cold front's now going to be sitting about right in here. Now, with this front coming through, it's not going to bring instant colder air. It'll be gradually cooling down through the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night. Now, we may start to see a couple of showers farther south, but there's not a very good chance of rain tomorrow morning. The better chances will hold off until later in the day tomorrow. So again, we start to cool down Friday. It's kind of our transition day, as that front will continue to push south through the entire area by the end of the day Friday. We're looking at some breezier north and northeast winds beginning to draw that cooler air in. Chances of rain and thunderstorms begin to pick up here. We'll go back to about noon Friday. We see the chances increasing, especially out west, and then we'll see those chances increase even more as we head into tomorrow night. Some severe weather is going to be possible with that as well tomorrow night through early Saturday morning, but it's just nice to have rain back into the forecast. And notice the better chances Friday night and Saturday morning are across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas. Lower chances as you go towards northern portions of Nebraska. And much cooler air will now be in place as we move into your day on Saturday. So your severe weather threat, we actually do have some threats out there. The Storm Prediction Center is highlighting northwest Nebraska later today and more so tonight for a marginal risk of severe storms for wind and for hail, and that does include a few areas here in the local 4 viewing area. Tomorrow that shifts to the south. We'll get the right graphic up here. Southern Nebraska, northern Kansas included in a marginal risk of severe storms for wind and hail again. I don't think we'll see a ton of severe weather, but can't rule it out for especially tomorrow evening into tomorrow night here. And it'll be nice to have the rain back as well. But one more day of the high heat out there, another day with an excessive heat warning in place all the way through 10 o'clock this evening from around the Highway 281 corridor eastward. I will tell you right now, this is a little less necessary today, though, as the heat index values will not be nearly as high. In fact, I don't even know if they'll reach heat advisory criteria today in central Nebraska. Eastern Nebraska may still get up around 105 to 110, but central Nebraska, they may not even get to 105 later on today. But that said, an excessive heat warning does stay in place for one more day. And then just west of that, a heat advisory is in place for one more day in central Nebraska here until 7 p.m. tonight here and until 10 p.m. here. Heat index values still could get up over 100, maybe 100 to 105 today in some of the higher cases in those locations. Actual temperatures, and again, most of us, the heat index isn't going to be a whole lot higher than the actual temperature because the humidity is going to be a little bit lower today. Temperatures will top out between the mid 90s and the mid 100s. And you can see the cooler air in northern Nebraska, but it's not exactly cool quite yet. But still going to be pretty toasty for most of us. 60s and 70s tomorrow morning into early on, or to start off our Friday. And the cooler air continuing to push southward, but that said, this isn't cool air, not yet. We've still got temperatures into the 90s across southern Nebraska and northern Kansas, including maybe the upper 90s around Smith Center, Heber, and Beatrice, and just outside of our area, some triple digits. So there could be some spots on the fringes of the local 4 viewing area near 100 degrees. Upper 80s, low 90s in the Tri-Cities, so it's better. More 80s to our north, and how about some 70s out west, 67 in Kimball. This is something we'll see more of on Saturday. Friday night to Saturday morning, 50s and 60s, so a little more comfortable. And then looking ahead to our Saturday, the coolest day of our forecast now. Highs in the 70s to near 80 with extra clouds still around and maybe some rain. That's going to keep temperatures down a little bit for the first half of the weekend. Let's look at the rest of your forecast. So we'll bring in those rain chances. The best chance is going to be in that Friday night time frame, especially post midnight right here. I think midnight to sunrise Saturday will be the best chance in the Tri-Cities for picking up some rain. Although some might stick around Saturday and maybe even Saturday night. The chances do get lower, though, during that time frame. Much cooler air on Saturday. Sunday will dry it out after the rain chances wrap up early in the day and start to warm up a little bit. Look at the lows. How about some 50s there? Upper 50s Sunday morning, 81 for a high. Lows still looking pretty good next week. Some 50s again. Highs not too warm, pretty close to our average high Monday and Tuesday for the end of August. 86 on Wednesday, so starting to warm up a little bit. Volleyball day in Nebraska. And I'm going to do something real quick here. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to go into editor mode on one of my graphics here to change this to the forecast for next Wednesday, just so we can see Lincoln. And again, also going with mid-80s in Lincoln, so not terribly hot. Now the forecast has been trending lower in the last few days for next Wednesday. Of course, big day in Lincoln with volleyball day in Nebraska at Memorial Stadium. You have UNK and Wayne State playing the late afternoon volleyball match. And then just following that here, and we'll bring that 7-day forecast back up here, just following that in the early evening, you've got Nebraska playing Omaha. And so you want good weather in Memorial Stadium. Hopefully the winds won't be too bad. We're going to see quite a bit of sunshine, and the temperatures look pretty decent right now. And hopefully it's not humid. That's the other thing. You want to keep that humidity low. But it looks like the weather should be okay next Wednesday in Lincoln as well as here in the Tri-Cities area. It is going to start to heat up late next week, though. Beyond Wednesday, temperatures starting to get back into the 90s, low and mid-90s by Friday, Saturday, Sunday as we move into Labor Day weekend. Yes, Labor Day weekend. We'll feel some heat, at least not the scorching temperatures that we have been dealing with recently, but still well above average, about 10 degrees above average by next weekend here as we move into early September. And so we'll probably be dealing with more of that in the long term. So with that, I'm going to let you all go. I want to thank you all for watching on this. It's a Thursday. I'm trying to get my day straight here. This Thursday morning. I hope it's a good Thursday. Stay cool. We're almost there. We're almost through this heat wave. I'll see you all again on Friday. Take care and God bless. Bye.